All right, par 3, pin is in the short position. So just kind of there to the right. I'm probably going to try and throw a really soft turnover with the Pixel. Kind of hooked it. Really bad. Warmed up ahead of time. Off cage. Starting off with Bogue. As to be expected. Totally hit the first available on the right. So we're going to try again just for posterity's sake. See if we can hit the gap for fun. Way left. Didn't quite have enough yip on it to get the overturn that I wanted to. I was scared of a late release. We're gonna play that one, but I'll throw the first one in there just for fun. All right, so it's a little bit of an awkward lie, but we're looking at the basket somewhere over there. We ended up landing right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a pyro. I'm gonna try and do this right-sided hyzer line, maybe land hopefully close to the basket. All right, shooting our third shot from here. I'm probably just gonna end up laying up the Pixel. Hopefully I don't hit a tree. Didn't get nearly as much fade as I wanted and overthrow. All right, gonna have an awkward putt from this log that's about as big as the shit I took right before I got out here. Crap. All right, this one is hole 21, pretty much a gimme right behind that log barrier there. But if you're anything like me, you'll be happy if you just end up with a par or something like that. So I think I'm just gonna throw a putter straight at this and see if I can get over top of that log pile. If not, I'll kill myself. A little slippery on the tee box there, but it wasn't too terrible. So pretty simple shot here. I'm just gonna throw it over top of here. I'm probably just gonna lay it up for a par because I don't have the confidence to run this one. It's deep C2. A little bit more fade than I would have liked. I still left myself some meat on the bone. For anyone that's half decent at this game, it's probably an easy putt. I, however, aim to disappoint. Meets expectations. Almost got you. All right, so this one is a par 4. It's about 422 up the hill. Basket is over on the left-hand side in the C position. You can kind of see from the sign that blue flag all the way in the back. It's a little bit more left than it appears on this. Plays a lot longer because it's significantly uphill. So I don't have the greatest arm speed, so I'm probably gonna throw a trail off of this here and just hope that I can hit this gap and remain a little bit on the left side of the fairway. But curb your expectations, boys and girls. I definitely felt like I rounded. I went around instead of pulling through on that drive, and definitely didn't get the full flight of the disc. It faded pretty far to the left, more than I would have liked. So we're kind of in this crappy spot. I mean, there's a little bit of a gap there, but basket is up and to the left, maybe about 30 feet to the left from here. So I'm probably gonna throw the same thing. I'm gonna throw a trail again to see if I can get up through this gap. Hopefully fade a little bit off to the left if I threw it similar to the last time. Honestly, wasn't half bad. Pretty close to that tree, but I'll take it. So we've actually got a good putt here from C2. Decent chance to birdie this, as long as I give it enough pep. Sick putt. That was awesome. Probably one of my favorite holes in the course here. This is about a, what? This says 195 from where this pin position is. Everything's kind of in the close position. Downhill shot, so you can pretty much just baby this thing. I'm gonna throw a pixel here and just see if I can get it to go straight and loft it on down there. I was throwing with a little fan grip because I didn't want to power it too much. I could have put a little bit more on it, but I'm pretty happy with that result. I'll take it. So we got a nice little look at the basket here for a birdie putt. Maybe right outside of C1. We'll putt again with the pixel. Come on. Airballed it. All right, so I 3-putted the last hole, which I'm ashamed of. Didn't get footage because I thought I'd tap it in. But here we go to the next hole, hole 24. We're in pin position A, so it looks like it's about 308 from the pin. However, I'm doing short pins today, so we're gonna walk up to this one over here. Oops, sorry about that. This one has always played a little tricky to me for whatever reason. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a Gorgon and try and flip it up a little bit and have it end left. You know, it's really overstable, but for me, it's really not. I can get it to kind of flip and then fade nicely. My arm speed is bad. All right, here we go. Up and to the left. Oh, big trees. Classic rounding again. I felt it. All said and done, it's not terrible. We're off to the left here. We got a little bit of like a nice hyzer shot into the green. I'm probably gonna end up throwing the Ricky Wysocki Proto. A little bit of fade nicely into that green area. Just ignore that. All right, so we got a bit of a scramble here. I'm over here on the right side in the trees. This is why Ricky's my favorite player, because he would probably sink this for a birdie from here. Definitely not as far as I should have thrown it. But I feel like today I'm either babying shots or I'm way overthrowing them. So gotta find a happy medium. Okay. A lot of meat on the bone here. And the roll away. All right, so we've got 316 to the tee. I think it's a little bit closer from the short tee, which is where I'm gonna go. Everything on that right side by those trees is OB, which I normally don't play, but because I'm bad. But today we're gonna play it. All right, so I've been trying to disc down recently. So like normally I would have thrown a distance driver here, but I'm gonna throw a crave. I don't want too much movement. I'm really just gonna try and throw it down the middle. Early release and late release today. It's been a thing. I threw probably the worst shot of all time right into this fucking thicket. So I'm just gonna try and forehand this out. Actually way overthrew it. Not because I made it through everything and I didn't expect to. Pretty big bummer dude moment. I'm like way out of position and way out of bounds. But the upshot's good, so got something going for us. That was throwing 5, so we're looking at triple bogey. All right, so right now we are looking at a hole 26, 274 to the basket, pretty much straight ahead in front of us, if you can see it right over the crest of that hill there. I'm most likely gonna throw something super simple like a hex here and just hope I can straight shot it, but I'm a male nurse and there's almost nothing straight about me. Just kidding. I am straight, but not that it matters. All right, let's see if we can hit this gap. Big time anhyzer release. I feel like I'm coming through like this instead of standing straight up. So I'm gonna try that one again. I wanna see if I can make a correction and hit this gap. All right, one more time. Straight off the tee with the hex, try and hit this gap. Still very Annie. I think I just get in my head and get afraid to go left. Left is really not where you want to be on this hole. Just full of fog. I've been realizing that I've been messing up my terms pretty egregiously. So I keep saying Annie. I'm saying a little hyzer release. That's what I really mean. A little bit of an awkward shot here. We're aiming for right behind that rock is where the basket is. I'm just going to lay it up again with the hex here. And that's perfectly fine. All right, so this is where we just use our luscious gazelle legs and lay out to the side and miss our putt. Just kidding. I wasn't really sad. All right, guys, so this is par 4, a little bit more than 400 to the pin, I think. Up to the right, it's a little bit awkward because of this uphill, so it plays a little bit longer. Luckily, we're playing from the short tee because we're bad. So this is one I feel like I probably should throw a backhand on, but I feel like my forehand is much better suited for landing to the right, which is way better than this wicked downhill in case I yeeted into the trees. So for the record, I hold my forehands really weird. Most people do some sort of stacked grip or something. I do this weird pinch maneuver. I'm on top. I feel like I get the most spin that way. So we're gonna go for it. We skipped up to the top of the hill, so I guess that's that. All right, so our line is a forehand here on a hyzer release, so hopefully we flex back, or excuse me, and hyzer release, so hopefully we flex back. So flex forehand shot. Now we got a little bit of a skipper because we didn't get too much on that one. So our basket is there in that chastity belt of trees. I'm gonna throw my tech disc that just dives right. This is the motion. I'm gonna shoot for a forehand up the middle here, and it's hopefully gonna dive right into those trees. Gorgeous. Sorry for the crappy angles. Very uneven ground around here. Pennsylvania Hills. Feels good to get a par. Feels good to have a nice upshot. All right, guys, we got a soft, I don't know, maybe 250 to the pin here. I'm gonna try and throw a little detour turnover shot because I don't feel real confident about my forehand recently. So been liking little turnover shots for little right facing baskets like this. So see if I can get a little bit of angle on it and take it down there. Ended up more right than I wanted it to be. Nose up. Pretty bad shot. All right, guys. Soft little upshot around this tree. For the pixel, a little low power. A little stand still. Wow. And terrible release. Terrible, 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 terrible. So I left myself this terrible obstructed view of the basket by throwing that awful upshot. Either way, I have really low ceiling. I just gotta hope I can line drive this one in so it's safe for a par. Not even close. Setting. Those are the ones you hope you get a bird on. All right, so got a little around 300 straight ahead. I'm gonna try and throw a Gorgon straight at it here. I think I can flip it nicely to hopefully be straight down this fairway. See what happens. Way nose up, way nose up. Very frustrating day for the driver today. Just bad mechanics, really bad. So we are deep in the woods, boys and girls, and we're gonna have to do an odd scramble here. I'm gonna throw the motion on probably a flex line. I know this is gonna dive hard right once I throw this, so I'm gonna throw it really, really Annie. And hopefully I can fight through some of this stuff and keep the bugs off of me. That looks pretty good. So we had a pretty darn good upshot, to be honest with you. Gave us a chance at the basket here. I want to say 26, 28 feet maybe. Just babied it. All right, so this is a par 4, 345 uphill. Oh, I'm at the wrong tee. All right, so this is a par 4. I think this says 280 actually to the pin, but this is pretty much all uphill, so it probably plays more like 400 some. A little bit of a shot uphill here and to the left to try to stay on the fairway. I'm gonna throw a wave and just see what happens because I haven't played in this pin position before. A little early release on that left side, but might have fought through. All right, so our first shot was in a really awkward spot to try to film, so we threw a little forehand up shot. We ended up right around here. Not great, but it's fine. Wow! I could not have been any closer. That was pretty bad. All right, so this is 520 from the long tee. It's probably closer to 480 maybe from this tee. Par 4 up by the road. Kind of off to the right. I don't know. We're gonna throw the Gorgon again. Maybe see if I can get it a little overstable, if I can actually get it flat and nose down this time. Well, that shot was so bad that I can't even find it. So we're gonna count this as a pitch out. And I'm gonna maybe shoot a forehand from here. Up and around the corner to the right. Perfect. We're gonna do a little forehand flick with the motion. At least we know what that disc will do. Should be close enough to putt. Leaving myself with a lot here, guys. Just can't get any part of my game going today. At least we got that. Putting's working. All right, so here's where the hole starts to cut us some slack. This is in the A position, 276, a little bit downhill, pretty much a little bit to the left. Natural righty shot shape. Let's see if I can actually hit gaps. Way too left again, but it's all right. I'm just scared to throw it hard because I keep late releasing the hard throws and early releasing the other throws. All right, so this one's a 240-foot par 3, a little bit uphill. I'm gonna throw a relay because the faster driver isn't working for me today. A little flippy. Hopefully I can get this to go straight. I don't fucking know. Pretty upset with my tee shots today. I'm gonna give this a little hyzer. Up shot. Putter. Patent pending. Just straight, I guess. Par save, I guess. All right, so hole 34, probably 300 something. Mando tree right in the middle there where the arrow is, got to go to the left of that. And then the basket is down on the right, so I'm going to throw an impulse, try to hit that gap and hopefully flip and flex a little bit to the right. Let's see what happens. A little bit of a tailwind, I think, right now. I missed the Mando, for sure, but I'll be close to the basket. It's the first drive that actually felt like it came out of my hand right, as far as the whip. All right, well, lost my driver on the last one, so I don't know, I guess we'll call it a par or bogey, who the fuck cares. 257 par 3, Mando on the left. Or a Simon line time lapse. I don't know. Just want to sort of trying to go over that right side. Eyes right, but can't. Just gonna throw a little touchy up shot here, I guess. The driver again, turn spike hyzer. And that was a success. But feels smooth. All right, so I didn't record it, but this is my drive on hole 36, so hole 18. From there, maybe, I don't know, 300-ish. I tried to film a hyzer flip and I threw it into the brush over there. So, let's see what happens with this upshot. I think I'm gonna throw the hex here. So bad. So fucking bad. All right, we're back in the car. Just just got finished the rounds, and pretty discouraging. It was probably one of the worst rounds that I feel like I've had in a long time. Lost 3 discs in places where I felt like I should have been able to find them, so that was really frustrating. Couldn't get clean off the tee all day long today. Just hitting everything, throwing aberrant shots. Everything was fading, hyzering really hard for me, even if I was throwing an understable disc. I'll have to really review the footage and see what went wrong. The one highlight was at the very end. I threw a really nice drive with a disc I hadn't thrown yet, which was the time lapse, and proceeded to throw my hex in the high grass and didn't feel like looking for it because I have another one at home. Yeah, definitely going to be a lot of review points on this one, and hopefully my discs show up in the lost and found. Thanks for watching.